Peace, what's good? Um, I got my microphone right here, so give me 2.5 seconds. Probably could have did this to begin with, but I guess I can introduce myself. My name is Daryl Omar. I'm an author. Got about 20 books published. Really great. And I guess I could call in to Amazing Lucas's disagreement day. I would rather just make my own video. If he sees it, he sees it. If he doesn't see it, I guess I'll come on and let him know I made a video or something. But I just got done watching his video, Steve Bannon does Nazi salute at CPAC 2025. And I have to say that I completely disagree with his take on the very end of the video. He had me up until he began talking about like Nick Fuentes and Kanye West. But one of the things I strongly disagree with that I really don't think Amazing Lucas can understand because he's been a conservative for so long. He has been on the other side of the fence for so long. And I guess that feels like it gives him a sense of exposure, but you still only have what you think about these people at the end of the day. You're not taking in what they think about themselves, and I think that's the critical issue when it comes to people understanding white culture, Western values, and what white people are trying to protect. The issue here is that you said they're desensitized to Black Death, and that is not the reality, sir. This is where you're completely wrong. This is where I have to disagree with you. They get off on this. They love killing. They love hurting people. They love torturing. They love seeing other people suffer. People say they voted against their self-interest. This is not true. People are saying the leopards ate their face. This is not true. They thrive in chaos and making other people's life a complete living hell. For reference, this epiphany is coming all at once to me. I'm watching Twilight Zone for the very first time, which is giving me a very interesting perspective into white culture. It gives the perspective of how white people view themselves. In this one episode, there's a man who works at a wax museum, and the wax museum is about serial killers. And this man has an almost orgasmic, homoerotic, subservient, submissive master relationship with these serial killers. And that is the majority of white men. They worship serial killers. They worship tyrants. They worship the type of men who emulate the type of man they want to be. A man with complete control. A man who doesn't care what a woman says. He does whatever he wishes to that woman. And that gets to a very creepy degree of life, a very creepy degree of understanding reality. You could have made documentaries about anybody on God's green earth. They have documentaries about Jim Jones. They have documentaries about Gypsy Rose. They have documentaries about Jeffrey Dahmer. They idolize and they immortalize these serial killers, these mass killers, these school shooters. They immortalize and idolize these people. So the idea that they're going to become desensitized when they cannot get a successful orgasm on their own, the orgasm comes from death, destruction, and control of human life. When you don't got the big pee-pee, that is what happens to you. You get your only real orgasm at that point is controlled death and torturing other people, controlling other people, firing other people so you know for a fact they can't feed themselves or pay their bills. Having complete control over someone else's financial status. That is the reason why capitalism exists. It's not to solve problems. It's not to help people. It's because people are obsessed with the idea of being superior to other people. People cannot feel equal to one another. They don't want to feel equitable to one another. The poorest, weakest, most vulnerable, oppressed citizens, if you ask them what they want, it's not free healthcare, it's to be rich. They want to be the oppressor. I think what you're doing is great. I think what you're working on is amazing. But this one point I have to disagree with you on, because it's like you're showing a complete naivete about white people. And if you really do know them as well as you say they do, these people delight in violence, they delight in killing, they delight in deception, they delight in manipulation, they delight in total chaos. When they see dead bodies on the news, they're cheering and they're laughing and they're giggling. When they're seeing people being deported, they are giggling, they are laughing, they are cheering. And whenever it's one of them, there's always an excuse. There's always a reason. So be mindful, because this is not something that they're going to get desensitized to. This is their orgasm. This is their foreplay. They're planning horrible things. I'm currently doing a series called Heroes of Black History, and no, man, this country is not what people think it is at all. You know, this country is like an abusive husband that keeps getting remarried and keeps gaslighting his ex-wives to say, oh no, my ex-wives were crazy. No, my ex-wives were just, oh, they're just, well, you know what? I just need me a traditional woman. I need me a traditional woman who's going to submit and bow down and do whatever I want her to do. This is what these dudes are really like. This is what these dudes admire. So it's like, if you want to fix this problem, you need to really completely revamp your perspective of masculinity, because their perspective of masculinity is being a psychopathic serial killer. Because that's what got them to the ball game. That's what got them here, and they know it. You can have people that pretend that white people did something else. You can pretend that white people are smarter than you. You can pretend that white people are better than you. You can pretend like you think white people are the greatest thing on the planet. But do not forget that the only reason they are here is because they were willing to kill, steal, and destroy when other people were not.